testosterone is the most important hormone that you can increase and optimize as a man to see great results in your gym progress, your muscle, your attractiveness, your competitive drive, your assertiveness, your confidence, and your aggression, and everything. It is called the masculinity hormone for a reason, and most people online have actually started to understand this, and testosterone is becoming more mainstream. But the problem is, you're killing your testosterone before 10 a.m. and you don't even know it. You can't have high levels of testosterone if you wake up, do terrible habits that is terrible for your testosterone, and expect to have high testosterone for the rest of the day. If you're not doing the correct habits in the morning especially, then your testosterone levels are going to be low no matter what you do. So a lot of you would wake up and actually sabotage your androgen activity before you even start the day, and that's what a lot of you are struggling with without you actually realizing. So in this video, I'm going to get into the 3 testosterone killers that you do every single morning that you don't even realize. And before I get into the video, I want to say I have a full course on how to optimize your testosterone. Go check out the link in the description. So many of you guys want high levels of testosterone, right? But then you would wake up and kill your testosterone before it even hits fucking 12 in the afternoon. How would you expect to have high testosterone when your habits are so bad that everything that you do is basically counteracted? Out of all the people I've spoken to, the reason why a lot of you guys have low testosterone is actually what you do in the morning. Because the morning is what literally sets up your day. If your morning is productive, then most likely the rest of your day will be productive. If your morning is wasted, if your morning is unproductive, doing nothing all day, maybe scrolling on your phone, then you're gonna have the shit rest of your day. I've never seen someone who wakes up, does all the bad habits, right, just sits on his bed and lies down for hours on end, and then it comes to the afternoon and they're just suddenly productive. That's just not how humans work. So the morning might be the most important thing for you in order to optimize the testosterone levels. And number 1, and the biggest mistake you guys make when wanting to have high levels of testosterone in the morning, is you don't actually look at sunlight. People only think it has an effect on your skin for vitamin D, but sunlight goes way more than that. Sunlight is super important for humans, right? If you wake up, for example, I'm in the UK right now and there's basically no orange sun. There's no sunlight around, even though there is technically sun hitting. But when I wake up, I make sure to open the door, right, or whatever, and go look outside and get direct sunlight into my eyes, even if it's not orange. Because when you get sunlight into your eyes, your cortisol actually drops, and cortisol is the stress hormone. Cortisol and testosterone have basically an inverse relationship, right? Basically, the higher your cortisol, the lower your testosterone levels. So if you actually drop your cortisol naturally, like for example looking out into the sunlight, your testosterone activity actually increases, which is what we want. Looking out into the sunlight also resets your circadian rhythm, so you actually sleep good at night for optimal testosterone. A lot of you guys will wonder why it's 2 a.m. and you can't sleep and you're not tired, when in the morning for 5 hours straight you don't even look outside and you're living in your little bat cave. How is that gonna work? So when you actually look into the sun as soon as you wake up, your internal clock, your circadian rhythm says, okay, I'm going to feel tired at night time. But if you don't, then your body won't know when it's morning or day. It will be fucking confused. And then you'll be wondering why you're wide awake at 3 a.m. at night. Sunlight also increases your dopamine, which is your motivation neurotransmitter, which is basically what is required to get your shit done for the day. Dopamine is super important for actually achieving your goals. Because you can't do shit. Like, you can't go to the gym, you can't go out, socialize, you can't do deep work if you have low levels of dopamine, and sunlight gives you that. So sunlight, you have to do. It's a non-negotiable. As soon as you wake up, an action step for you, as soon as you wake up, don't even brush your teeth, right? Open your front door if you have a balcony, whatever, and just look into the sunlight. I'm not telling you to go on a 30-minute walk, because that's easier said than done, right? You want to get on with your shit. I just want you to look out into the sunlight for at least a couple of minutes, so your body actually gets used to the fact that it's morning. And number 2, something that nearly every single young man does nowadays, and I've been stopped doing it for about a year and a half now, and I'm going to show you exactly what it is. You guys do this shit for hours on end, scrolling your fucking life away. Not only wasting time that you could be doing something productive, but the times where you're not scrolling, it still damages you because it messes up your attention span so badly, right? If I'm scrolling on TikTok for God knows how long, I'm getting all of this stimulation, I'm getting new video ideas, I'm getting visuals, I'm getting pops, I'm getting audio effects, and this is happening literally every second. Like, if you look at someone who's scrolling on TikTok, you'll realize they don't even watch the full video. Like, it takes them 0.3 seconds for them to skip to another video. And what that does, it crashes your dopamine. And like I said before, dopamine is so important for motivation. So what do you think is going to happen is that when you're scrolling, your dopamine is artificially high, and then you stop. And then you're going to have extremely low levels of dopamine, and then you're not going to feel like doing anything because you just artificially spiked it. Your dopamine needs to be earned from the real world. It can't be artificially made from this. This will ruin your life. Number 3 is waking up and eating a bunch of sugar and carbs. One of the best things I did for my productivity is waking up and actually not eating anything until I'm done with my work. Now, it's similar to something called intermittent fasting, where you don't eat anything for the first couple hours of the day. And I'm not telling you guys to fast, right? You can still eat when you wake up, but to an extent, right? If as soon as you open your eyes, yeah, you eat a ton of carbs, like sugary cereals or some shit. You don't even eat a proper nice breakfast. If you eat a bunch of shit, as soon as you open your eyes, then you train your brain to say, oh look, I woke up, didn't do fuck all my life, and now I'm eating a bunch of shit. So your dopamine is going to drop. You're not going to chase something that's challenging because you're not designing your mind to be that way. Like, your mind is very simple, guys. Like, if I'm working hard all day and then I get something good at the end of it, my brain will crave and chase that. But if I'm on my phone all day and eat a bunch of shit, then my brain's already comfortable. Why would it want to go achieve the hard work? So even if you wake up, at least wait a little bit, do something, and then eat like a protein, fat-rich breakfast instead of eating a bunch of sugar. But the thing is, eating carbs is still ideal because you're most likely going to go to the gym or you're going to work out or even walk outside after you eat your breakfast. So it's still important to eat some carbs, but just don't eat a bunch of processed carbs, like a bunch of shit, right? For example, if you eat carbs from like potatoes and fruit, then that's completely fine. But if you're eating carbs from cereals and just pure sugar and white bread, then you know what the answer is. And these 3 steps that I've given you so far in this video: stop scrolling, look out into the sunlight, and don't eat sugar. If you've done all 3 of these, your life will literally flip. I promise you this, if you completely listen to what I say, give it 1 to 2 weeks, depending on how fucked you were before, and look how your life completely turn around. You're gonna feel like a different man. And you guys might be thinking, for an example, how does scrolling on your phone destroy your testosterone? Because a lot of you science nerds watching this video might be thinking, oh, technically, it's not testosterone that's going down, it's the dopamine. Testosterone increases dopamine. That's why you want to seek hard work. You want to go out and conquer, let's say. And when you go out and conquer, like competition, it increases your testosterone. Like we all know this, right? People say, go and do competition if you want higher testosterone. So if you kill your dopamine, if you fucking destroy your dopamine, yeah, sure, your testosterone in that moment won't actually be low. But then what happens when you have extremely low dopamine? Are you going to go seek out that competition? Are you going to want to go to the gym? Are you going to want to eat healthy? It's like a domino effect. When you have low dopamine from the scrolling, you're going to do so many habits that lower your testosterone that you're just going to feel like complete shit at the end of the day. So yes, it does affect your testosterone levels. And if you want to know how to get elite levels of testosterone activity and actually speed up this process, because there's so many stuff that go into factor, like your diet, your sleep, and your actual lifestyle, go check out the link in the description. I have a full course on how to optimize your net androgen activity. I'll see you in the next video. That's been Team TMS, Testosterone Muscle Strength. Bye.